What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will talk about Andy Robertson claiming that Liverpool are not in the title race after our dismal defeat against Brighton. We will dissect that performance, what went wrong, what Andy Robertson and Jurgen Klopp said about the defeat, and also we will talk about Ozan Kabak and then Ben Davies when they could potentially make their Liverpool debuts. And the next game against Man City is huge. Andy Robertson said that now we are fighting for the top four and this Man City game is huge. Mane could be back before the Man City game, but Jota is still 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks away according to Jurgen Klopp. So guys, if you enjoy the content on my channel, leave a like, and today a brand new Liverpool career mode episode is dropping, so check my channel later in the evening. And this is what Andy Robertson said, and I really love Andy Robertson and how honest he is in his interviews. He said the better team won. Brighton were probably better at pretty much everything. They kept the ball really well, created chances, they pressed us in situations, they won the ball back. Before the game, that was what we wanted to do. We didn't quite manage to do it. First half we were okay, it was a nothing game. I don't think there were many chances for both teams. You did get the sense in that game it was always going to be one goal that won it. Unfortunately, it happens up there, and I don't think we had the chance after that. I don't think we had the shot on goal, which for us is hugely disappointing. The last 3 games at home have been really disappointing, and we need to get back to it. We need to get back to performing on a consistent basis the way we know Liverpool can, but we are a long way off that just now. You can prepare for every game, we obviously do. We look at all the different teams and how they set up, but also we need to take responsibility on the part and try to find a way through. Brighton played 4 centre-backs and they were all outstanding to a man at the back. They played really well, but teams have done that before against us here. Last season a lot of teams did that and we managed to find a way to win. That's what we are struggling to do just now, especially against the so-called bottom half of teams. If you look at the results and the points we have dropped this season, it has been against lower opposition. It's because we are not finding a way to win, and that needs to change quickly. And Andy Robertson, this is what he said, which is very big. At this moment we are not in the title race. We are 7 points behind Man City, and any game against Man City is a big one, and they have a game in hand. So I'm sure they would say the same if they were potentially 10 points behind us. We need to get back to the Liverpool everyone knows. We are still a good team. We don't turn into a bad team overnight. But that's the thing, we still had good players, great players on the pitch who are Premier League winners, Champions League winners, and they didn't turn up against Brighton. They didn't really put Brighton under any huge pressure, which is incredibly disappointing considering that Brighton won just 4 games all season. But this goes back to a few games now that Liverpool, for the first time since 1984, haven't scored in 3 consecutive home games in a row, which is unacceptable considering that the last 2, Burnley and Brighton, are relegation candidates, and against the bottom 6 sides we just have 1 win in 7 games. From the potential 21 points against teams like Sheffield United, Fulham, West Brom, Burnley, Brighton and one other, we collected just 7 points from 21. That is relegation form, honestly. From 7 games, 7 points against the bottom 6 side. Absolutely criminal. And I think that Liverpool can't have any excuses because of the injuries, because we still had enough good players on the pitch to beat a team like Brighton. We still had Salah, Firmino, Thiago, Wijnaldum, Henderson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson. So there was still enough good players on the pitch, and we just didn't turn up, and something is seriously wrong at Liverpool. Of course the injuries affect the whole team, and I think we can't wait to see Diogo Jota back, because we just can't rotate the fullbacks, we can't rotate the forward players with enough quality, and that's what I think hinders us. Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold pretty much has to play every single game. We don't have a proper backup for them, and also we don't have a proper backup for Salah, Mane and Firmino. Shaqiri, Origi, they are just not on the same level and especially Origi. When he comes on, you just know the game is over. You might as well just blow the final whistle, because Origi is just not contributing almost anything to Liverpool right now. And God knows what will happen against Man City. I can't predict, because Liverpool are such a two-faced team this season. We could turn in a brilliant performance and win against Man City, and then after that we could lose to Leicester, or we could just implode and Man City could walk all over us. But I think that Liverpool actually play better against teams who don't park the bus, who come and attack, because then you have more space. When Liverpool don't have space this season, for some reason we are just running out of ideas how to break down these low block teams, the Burnleys, the West Broms, the Brightons, who come into Anfield and park the bus with 2 banks of 4, and they don't give any space for Liverpool, and we struggle to break those teams down. But main reason why is because we don't have a player like Sadio Mane on the pitch who does something unpredictable. Everything is just too predictable, too labored, too slow. We don't play with high tempo. Burnley never really got stretched. Burnley never really got worried that Liverpool could hurt them, and that is a very, very sad state of affairs. Jurgen Klopp was very disappointed after the game. Burnley won the game, and rightly so. They deserved it. They were fresher than us tonight and did more good things than we did. We lost too many easy balls. The best way to defend Brighton is to keep the ball, to play football yourself, and when we did that, we had control at least, but we didn't create a lot. I said now plenty of times in all the interviews, for me the team looked tonight fatigued, mentally fatigued, and that leads to not the best legs as well. It was a tough week, and today we were not fresh enough, and that means then not good enough to break the formation of Brighton. In the end they scored a goal, they had other chances, we kind of did as well, but they scored, and that's why they deserved to win. The gap to Man City, I know it's a lot. I'm a manager of Liverpool, and I have to say, because you always ask, we were champions last year, so I have to say, yeah, oh my god, we want to be champions, yeah, we want that, but you need the games for it, you need the performances for it, and we don't have that. So that's the truth as well. We fight for other things, we fight for 3 points. It is not decided yet who will get the 3 points on Sunday, so we have to play better. We will try as well, and then we will see. These gaps are not interesting in the moment, because they are the result of the results we had already had. What we can influence is the next games, and we will try for that. For tonight it was not enough. We saw that, we know that, and we have to change that. I said before the game, I see Brighton quite frequently. They were good, so they had a few counterattacks when we tried really hard. That's when Kiwi and Kelleher was outstanding, kept us in the game. Definitely if we are 1-0 up, they don't have these counterattacks, that's clear. They scored a goal, they had a clear idea, so it's the passing the ball or chipping the ball to Burn and go from there. We had our moments. Again, the best way to defend against Brighton is to keep the ball, and for keeping the ball you have to pass the ball better than what we did. And Jurgen Klopp was asked about the team being mentally fatigued and how difficult it is to change that before the Man City game. For me tonight was really tough. We had 2 tough games, and we are not mentally fatigued, like depressed or whatever. Just tonight we were not mentally fresh enough, that's for sure. That's what I mean, and not depressed or whatever. Please don't forget, I'm not a native English speaker, and don't make stories of my bad English. So we were not fresh enough here, that's true. That's what we have to be. How I said it was tough. We are still only a few minutes after the game, and my job is to find explanations and to work with that. Then I know, and you know as well, how much better football these boys can play. There might be 2 reasons. One is they don't want to, and I don't I think even you would agree with me that's probably not the case. So then why didn't it work? These are the things we have to figure out. I was involved in these 2 games, so it was tough for me as well. We go to London, we play there, we come out late at night, the next day you train a little bit, and then you go again to London, and then you come back and play Brighton, who are obviously in a good shape tonight, and that's tough. We have now 1 more day to recover. We spoke about that very often, that it means the world, actually to footballers and bodies in general. Hopefully we will use that. So yeah, even like 1 recovery day means 1 more recovery day means a lot for Liverpool, because we played Wednesday and then we have to play on Sunday, not Saturday. So that hopefully helps Liverpool and Liverpool players to recover. Sven Mislintat, who is Arsenal's former head of recruitment, who worked with Kabak at Stuttgart, this is what he said about Ozan Kabak. I told you again that he is a top lad. Top mentality, top character, top aggression. He's a Lovren type of player, very good in the air, both defensively and in the opposition box. He played his best stuff for Stuttgart and he hasn't been able to show how good he is at Schalke. He still needs to learn, but he has all the skills for Klopp to make a success of him. He hasn't quite been himself lately. Him spitting at an opponent was completely out of character for him. There was no way Schalke could stop him from going to Liverpool now. If they had refused him a big transfer for a second time, they would have killed him as a player. They knew they had to let him go now. David Wagner would have given him a glowing report. He's not super fast, but he's very strong, resilient, switched on. He can play football, he wants to win every ball, and he's great in the air. I would be surprised if he didn't score a couple of goals from set pieces. He will benefit from a bit of guidance by more experienced players and from Klopp, who tends to improve every player. We shouldn't forget that he's still young, but getting him in on an initial loan is a super deal for Liverpool. He will try absolutely everything to make it a permanent deal. I'm pretty sure he will make it. He's got the quality to become an international top-class centre-back. So that's a very, very good glowing report. And Jurgen Klopp said it would be a miracle for Virgil van Dijk to return before the end of the season, but we still included Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez in our Champions League squad, just in case if we get to the semi-finals or the final, and just in case we needed somebody like Virgil van Dijk or Joe Gomez if they can be fit. And Jurgen Klopp also explained exactly why he sent Minamino out on loan to Southampton. We didn't give Minamino enough chances, he said. We really thought about it. Takumi is an incredibly good player. We didn't give him enough chances, that's the truth. Sometimes for different reasons. Sometimes it was just the size when defending set pieces because we were not tall enough. These kind of things make the difference why one player plays and another does not. There were not a lot of clubs where I thought it made a lot of sense, but Southampton is one. He's there for like 16-17 games. If he stays fit, I think there is a good chance for him to play in every game, which helps everybody. The only thing he was lacking was a couple of games in a row. That is difficult here. I would have loved to keep him just to have the option, but in the end, Takumi is a long-term project. He always was. We see a lot of potential in him, and so it absolutely makes sense that he gets out and hopefully plays 17 games, then comes back in a different mindset and confidence level. I hope it is a win-win situation. He just has to enjoy again football there. He's outstanding professional, top talent, really good player. But the problem is we have a really good squad. My job is to make decisions based on what I imagine could be the outcome in the game. The people fighting for a place with him were in a really good shape. Shaqiri, when he came back, was in a really good shape, and we all know what Divock did in the past. Sometimes, as I said before, just the size can make a difference. It didn't quite often work out that Taki could play or come on. That's 100% my fault as well, but we both think now, Taki and I, that we can sort that by playing him 70 times in the Premier League for Southampton. He doesn't have to change anything or improve anything. He just has to play football, gain confidence, and he will be fine. So basically, what I'm reading between the lines, what Jurgen Klopp said is that because we don't have Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez, from set pieces, from corners, when Divock Origi comes on, he defends in the box, and he's tall, he's robust. So Jurgen Klopp maybe didn't want to put a small player like Minamino in because of the fear that at set pieces Liverpool could be even more vulnerable, because we are already vulnerable without Van Dijk, without Gomez. But I think that's the main reason, not because of Minamino's quality, because I think Minamino offensively is a better player than Divock Origi. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp talked about this, that because of the size and because of set pieces, Origi plays more than Minamino, which is really sad, but let's hope that he has a very successful loan spell at Southampton. And Dirk Kuyt, the former Liverpool striker, said that this deal with Ben Davies and Ozan Kabak, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for both of them. We all know that Jurgen Klopp normally wouldn't sign this type of player like Ben Davies from the Championship, but because of the injuries, this kind of player can have a chance. I think this is perfect for Liverpool to have two defenders coming in, and I'm sure they are ready to show what they can bring to the team. Normally you don't see these kind of signings at Liverpool, but it's a great opportunity. It was a bit of a surprise for me that they let him go to Liverpool, Kabak, but for the lad it is a great opportunity. I think he's a good signing because he's still very young, but he has played a lot of games so far. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play for Liverpool. And Peter Crouch also said that Liverpool is over-reliant on Mo Salah. Firmino has got to step up, Crouch said. It felt like he's coming back into it, but Salah is the one who is scoring the goals. He's still got 20 plus goals, and we are talking about him not being on top form. But when Salah is not on it, or he misses chances, I just don't think there is enough when Mane is out and Jota's out in the team to score goals. Liverpool will get players back, so they will go on a run, and we can't discount Manchester United, and Leicester have been fantastic. Another win for them tonight. They've got so many good players, but Man City are strong favourites for the title, and Liverpool need to get Mane and Jota back as quickly as possible. Otherwise, we look a little bit toothless in front of goal. Let's hope that Mane will be back for the Man City game. I really hope so. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.